Hi, my name is Jacob Lee, and it's my privilege to give my presentation about Japanese electricity markets. As a ERE student, this is a very interesting topic for me, so I specifically chose these topics. But to begin with, do you guys remember the Great Earthquake that happened in 2011 in Japan? Well, I vividly remember that because I was there actually doing volunteer jobs. So I want to talk about what that implications and what actually happened in Japanese markets after that. Sadly enough, this great earthquake caused a lot of casualties and destroyed a lot of livelihood of Japanese people. And this really affected the electricity policy in Japan. I'm going to give you two examples. First, because of political pressure on Japanese people want to shut down the nuclear plant in Japan. This is called JERA nuclear plants. So they actually closed down the nuclear plants and try to compensate that loss of generates electricity by other resources, namely natural gas. So this caused the natural gas price almost doubled. And that burden has been transferred to the Japanese consumers. And second example that I like to talk about is renewable markets. Well, not renewable market. Oh, there was third one. The second one is arguments over electricity market liberalizations. Historically, Japanese electricity market has been monopolized by 10 companies, utility companies. But because Japanese people want to more efficiency in electricity market after they experienced the rolling blackouts that was mainly caused by lack of electricity in Japan, they talked about electricity market efficiency, and they led to electricity market liberalization. That is called giving more opportunities to private companies and public companies joining in that Japanese electricity market. This market is really huge. It's about $10 billion markets. In conclusion, the electricity market is changing, and I believe that is really giving a lot of implication in South Korea and China and other neighboring countries, because South Korea also have different energy structure like Japan's, and probably China also think about how to they can change their energy mix, because like other presenter talked about, they are relying on petroleum and natural fossil fuels. So if they really want to move forward in the future using the renewable energies and other energy mix systems, then maybe it's worthwhile watching closely what Japanese electricity market change. Thank you very much. I'm going to open my present for audience to more questions.
Do you think, sorry, can I ask a question?
Sure.
Yeah, I like your presentation. It kind of reply to what I'm confused when I'm doing my presentation. Do you think the revolving in energy market is especially, so what is let me clarify my question. What's the most important component to, reform energy market, for example, in South Korea and in China? I believe it, even though they share similar energy structures, but they do have differences that making different difficulties in reforming the energy market.
I think there are many perspectives involved. First one is greenhouse gas emissions, because there is a global standards or a consensus that world community has to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. The South Korea and Japan also try to follow that rules, but if they rely on fossil fuel, they can actually follow and abide by the rules. The fossil fuel generally emits a lot of greenhouse gas. So, and that is one perspective. And the other one is energy security. South Korea and Japan do not have their fossil fuel in their own lands, so they import most of their fossil fuel from other foreign countries. And in order to secure the foreign energy security, what they can choose is going to renewable energy. But the problem is renewable energy is something called for now, renewable energy cannot actually provide the demand of like electricities or so. It is something called transitional periods for the time being, and it's also important to secure this peak energy source or peak energy load and base energy load at the same time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.